Alright, T-Rex82 here. Welcome back to another Empyrean Galactic Creators Studio update. Just recently I have thrown up the Nyx as well as the Karkanos over on the Steam Workshop. So if you haven't checked them out, please head on over to my workshop, download them, give me some feedback, let me know what you think. So moving on, our next project is going to be the Tyche. The reason for this is I just recently saw the patch notes for the experimental branch, which is bringing mining lasers and turrets to the SVs as well, which I'm extremely excited for. Initially, as a quick little blast from the past, I created this in order to do a challenge on Excalibur's channel, where it was to create an illegal build, so I had done that and added mining lasers and things like that into it to make it a mining SV. Now we're going to have that capability of doing it, so I can finally breathe some new life into this ship, and I'm extremely excited. In other news, I do have my first Patreon, so thank you very, very, very much, sir. I tip my hat to you. It is much appreciated. So I'm going to show you where we went today. I do have a video that I just posted over on the Patreon page. I am going to be posting videos that are time-lapse over there to kind of show you my design process so you can follow along over there as well. Tiers range anywhere from $1 to $10, and all of those tiers you can see my videos. They're going to be open to everybody. The only things that change a little bit are going to be access. So the second tier, you get access to early builds before they go up on the workshop, and on the third tier you get that as well, but you also get a special paint job. So here we are. This is the Tyche. This is my first So here we are. We have the M-153 Tyche. The way I had released it before was a tier 4. It is still going to be a tier 4. Sadly, there's not a whole lot I can do with that. It is at the upper end of that as well. So this was a big build. This was probably my biggest and most detailed SV build up to that point. There might be a few things that I can change as far as thrust is concerned. But if I don't have to, I'm not going to. I want this to be able to lift as much as possible. So let me give you a quick rundown on what we've actually changed, and it is over here. So I have completely gutted out those side pods that you had up there and kind of reformatted them into a longer shape. The reason for that is I wanted to be able to make it so this Tyche can transport a mining HV, which I will be designing a small HV to accompany this as well. So the front end, I still have some blocks to throw in there to kind of shape it out, but it's going to change a little bit. As you can see, we did add in the mining lasers here. I might add 2 more if I have the CPU range for that. We have gone ahead and added little spotlights. These are untextured at the moment. Gone ahead and thrown in the cargo container, much like I did on the Cretan Bull, as well as the Minotaur. Still have some work to do on those, but those are coming along. That led me into, where am I going to access the ship? So I'm like, all right, well, let's just punch a hole right through it. This used to be all fuel. With that not needing as much fuel anymore, I'm able to actually make a ramp. The clearance is there, just barely, but as you can see, you'll enter right into the same room. I do have on both sides still fuel tanks, which give this quite a bit of range. So we got a total of 12 in here at the moment. And I believe I have some more hidden within the ship and throughout. I might be able to free some of those up as well. Nothing has changed in here. This is all exactly the same. So we do have our 32,000 container controller back here. I'm probably going to leave that. The 2 up front, I believe each side is 22,000. Yeah, it's just 22,500. So you've got quite a bit of headroom there for any ore that you're going to be loading onto the ship as well. My plan, though, is to kind of change the upstairs a little bit. Not a ton, but just a little bit. You can see I've thrown the CPU extenders up here in the ceiling. There used to be RCS up here. Since those are not really needed anymore, I was like, that's a perfect spot for those. So they're going to live there. I think what I'm going to do is remove these seats over here and put in, maybe I'll just remove one side and put in an extra cockpit or something like that, where you can control like turrets and stuff, just in case you are playing with other people. You can go ahead and use the turrets that way. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to change a whole lot up here. I did recently come across a script which you can use for animated LCDs. I believe it is actually working in single player. I'll have to look into it a little bit further. But if that's the case, I may transition this into that. Now you will have to have it in your game, meaning you will have to have it downloaded. But that's kind of exciting. They do have that in Space Engineers. That is one thing that I really miss, is having a digital readout in front of me rather than the heads-up display. So yeah, the only other thing that I've changed is going to be back here. I am changing the styling just slightly. These are now sloped. They used to be rounded off like you do have down here, and it looked a little too bubbled to me. So I wanted to change that a little bit. So that's what I've gone ahead and done. I've kind of sloped them out a little bit. Biggest problems, stopping power. This never had good stopping power to begin with. The reason for that is I'm having to change it due to thruster placement. There used to be a whole line of them down here, and then I had 2 on each side just now, but I'm like, wait a minute, that's not going to work. If anything is in front of these thrusters, they're not going to work in the future. So I am still working that whole aspect out, trying to figure out where I could slot in some thrusters. I may have to build this out just a little bit, kind of change it up, which I think it'll still look good. I may just have to widen it a little bit, fit in some more thrusters there to give it a little bit more stopping power. But we're going to play around with that. Like I said, I don't have a ton of room. CPU currently we're sitting at 89,000 of 100,000. I do have a decent amount of headroom to throw in some more thrusters, but that is probably going to be about it. Underneath, my plan is to kind of throw in some scaffolding, make it look a little bit better. I might actually, if I can get away with it, raise this bed up by 1. So 1 full block. Currently it is 1 half block, but I might be able to raise it up by 1. Let me just take a look. Yeah, we should be able to, I think. We might be able to get away with it. But yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. Keep it quick, keep it simple. The new and improved Tyche M-153. This will be the M-153D. If you like what I do, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It helps immensely to get my videos out there. Without that, it's just it's another video out in the abyss of YouTube. And like before, if you want to come support me, please check out my Patreon page. Link is down in the description. And you can follow along and learn some things, and we can chat, and we can have a great time. But until next time, keep your heads above the hard deck. I will catch you later.